Have you ever stopped to think about what makes something alive? We often take for granted the incredible complexity of life that surrounds us. From the tiniest insects to the tallest trees, all living things share a set of fundamental processes that keep them going. These life processes, like breathing, eating and growing, are what distinguish living organisms from non-living things. In this chapter, we'll explore these essential life processes: nutrition, respiration, transportation and excretion, in a way that's easy to understand. Imagine our bodies as bustling cities, constantly buzzing with activity. Just like a city needs a steady supply of food, water and energy to function, our bodies require nourishment to carry out daily tasks. This process of acquiring and utilizing nutrients is called nutrition. Plants, the ultimate food factories, make their own food through photosynthesis, utilizing sunlight, water and carbon dioxide. Animals, on the other hand, obtain nutrients by consuming plants or other animals. Now, imagine the city's power grid, providing the energy for everything to run smoothly. Respiration is like the body's power plant, converting food into usable energy. Through a series of chemical reactions, primarily involving oxygen, our bodies break down glucose, a type of sugar, to release energy in the form of ATP. This energy fuels all our activities, from thinking and moving to even sleeping. Just like a city relies on a vast network of roads and transportation systems to move goods and people, our bodies have specialized systems for transporting vital substances. In plants, a network of xylem vessels carries water and minerals absorbed from the soil to different parts, while phloem tubes transport food prepared in the leaves. Animals have a circulatory system, with the heart acting as a pump, circulating blood that carries oxygen, nutrients and hormones throughout the body. Living organisms need a constant supply of energy to carry out various life processes. This energy is derived from food. The process of obtaining and utilizing food is known as nutrition. Depending on the mode of obtaining food, organisms are classified into two broad categories: autotrophs and heterotrophs. Autotrophs are organisms that can produce their own food from simple inorganic substances like carbon dioxide and water. They're also known as producers. Green plants, algae, and some bacteria fall under this category. They synthesize their food through the process of photosynthesis using sunlight, chlorophyll, carbon dioxide, and water. Heterotrophs, on the other hand, cannot synthesize their own food and depend on autotrophs or other heterotrophs for their nutritional requirements. They are also known as consumers. Animals, fungi, and most bacteria fall under this category. Animals exhibit different modes of nutrition based on their food sources, such as herbivores, carnivores, omnivores, and parasites. The food we consume comprises complex substances like carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, and minerals. Our digestive system plays a crucial role in breaking down these complex food molecules into simpler, absorbable forms through a process called digestion. This involves both mechanical processes like chewing and churning and chemical processes facilitated by enzymes. Once the food is broken down into smaller molecules, it is absorbed into the bloodstream through the walls of the small intestine. The absorbed nutrients are then transported to different cells of the body, where they are utilized for energy production, growth, repair, and maintenance. Respiration is a fundamental life process that occurs in all living organisms. It is a complex process that involves the intake of oxygen and the release of carbon dioxide, accompanied by the release of energy. This process is essential for the survival of living organisms, as it provides the energy required for carrying out all life processes. There are two types of respiration: aerobic and anaerobic. Aerobic respiration takes place in the presence of oxygen and is the more efficient of the two processes. It occurs in the mitochondria of cells and involves the complete breakdown of glucose into carbon dioxide, water, and a large amount of energy. Most plants and animals respire aerobically. Anaerobic respiration, on the other hand, takes place in the absence of oxygen and is less efficient than aerobic respiration. It occurs in the cytoplasm of cells and involves the partial breakdown of glucose into lactic acid or ethanol and carbon dioxide, along with the release of a small amount of energy. Anaerobic respiration is common in microorganisms like yeast and bacteria. It also occurs in the muscle cells of animals during strenuous exercise when the oxygen supply is insufficient. Respiration is a continuous process that occurs throughout the life of an organism. It plays a vital role in maintaining the body's temperature, transporting nutrients and oxygen to cells, and removing waste products like carbon dioxide. Just like a bustling city relies on intricate transportation networks to function efficiently, living organisms possess specialized systems for the transport of essential substances throughout their bodies. This process, known as transportation, ensures that nutrients, oxygen, hormones, and other vital molecules reach every cell while removing waste products. In plants, the transportation system comprises two main types of vascular tissues, xylem and phloem. Xylem vessels composed of dead cells form a continuous network from the roots to the leaves, efficiently transporting water and dissolved minerals upward. This upward movement is driven by transpiration, the loss of water vapor from the leaves. Phloem, on the other hand, consists of living cells that transport sugars, primarily sucrose, produced during photosynthesis from the leaves to other parts of the plant. This process is known as translocation. The movement of sugars in phloem is bidirectional, meaning it can move both upwards and downwards depending on the plant's needs. Animals have a more complex circulatory system, with the heart acting as a central pump. Blood, a specialized fluid connective tissue, acts as the primary transport medium. It carries oxygen from the lungs to the body's cells and carries carbon dioxide, a waste product of respiration, back to the lungs to be exhaled. Nutrients absorbed from the digestive system are transported by the blood to various tissues for utilization or storage. Hormones, chemical messengers produced by endocrine glands, are also transported through the bloodstream to target cells and organs, regulating various bodily functions.